The Truth Scriptures. 2 KAPA, sign name 2 Peter. Chapter 2. However, false prophets also came from among the people. In the same way, false teachers will come from among you. They will introduce destructive theories and deny that the Master has bought them, bringing swift destruction on themselves. Many will follow their evil teachings, and because of these false teachers, the way of the truth will be slandered. Truth. What is truth? Psalm 119, 146. Your righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and your Torah is truth. In their greed, they will continually attempt to take advantage of you with deceptive lies. But their condemnation was spoken about a long time ago, and their destruction is coming. YAHUAH did not spare the messengers when they sinned. Instead, he cast them down to the lower levels of the underworld, and he locked them up with chains in the pits of darkness, keeping them there until the day of judgment. And YAHUAH did not spare the ancient world when he brought the flood upon the entire world and wiped out all the unrighteous people. But he protected Naha, a proclaimer of righteousness, a preacher of the ways of YAHUAH of the Torah, along with 7 others. YAHUAH condemned the cities of Sodom and Amorah, and he completely destroyed them. He turned them into ashes, making an example to those who choose to live unrighteously. Those who will live a life of transgression of the Torah. However, YAHUAH rescued the righteous Lut. It was miserable living around wicked people. He was a righteous man, but day after day he suffered because of all the wicked and evil things he saw and heard in those cities. These things teach us that the Master knows how to deliver the righteous from their trials, but he reserves punishment for the unrighteous on the day that he chooses to judge them. This is especially true for those who live for the lust of the flesh, defiling themselves and despising the authority of YAHUAH. They are bold, stubborn, and not afraid to insult the esteemed ones of YAHUAH. Yet, even messengers who are stronger and more powerful do not use insults when receiving judgment against them from the Master. However, these false teachers are like irrational animals, mere creatures living off their instincts, born to be captured and destroyed. They insult and slander whatever they do not understand, and they will surely be destroyed. This is the price these false teachers will have to pay for their wrongdoing, because day after day they live in evil pleasures. They are a disgrace and a stain among you, and they consider it a pleasure to carouse in broad daylight. They even indulge in their deceitful pleasures when they eat with you. Their eyes are full of adultery, and they can never stop sinning. They entice weak and unstable people. Their hearts are trained to live for greed. by forsaking the right path. They have gone astray. They have followed the ways of Balaam, the son of Beor, who loved the wages of unrighteousness. However, a donkey rebuked him for his evil deeds. The donkey spoke to him with a human voice and made him stop his foolishness. These people are like dried up water springs and clouds blown by a windstorm. The darkest part of darkness has been reserved for them. They boast their foolish nonsense out loud. They use sinful cravings and unrestrained corruption to lure people back into sin after they had just recently escaped such wicked living. These false teachers promise freedom, but they are themselves slaves of corruption. Remember, whatever overpowers you enslaves you. If people escape the moral filth of this world through the knowledge of the Master, Yahuwah, Mashiach, then get tangled up in it again and are overpowered by it, they are worse off than they were before. It would have been better for them not to have known the way of righteousness than after knowing it, decide to turn back away from the set-apart commandments that were delivered to them. They prove what was written when it says, "The dog returns to its own vomit, and a washed sow returns to wallowing in the mud." The Truth Scriptures. To KAPA, the pure word of YAHUAH.